Crypto will become like the stock market. This video, for anyone who is watching, whether you're participating in crypto, investing in crypto, and so on, or whether you're building in crypto, is a must watch, because the comparisons between crypto and the stock market and where the crypto industry could be in the future must be noted. Now, I'm going to start this video very simply, and I'm going to give you my opinion as to why I think this. So every single year, hundreds of thousands of companies launch worldwide. Some make it to getting a seed round investment, some get to Series A, B. Very, very few actually make it to getting on the stock exchange and doing an IPO. Some statistics here. So in the US, 225 companies went public in 2024. In the UK, there's only been 18 IPOs since 2024. What I'm trying to say is that the bar is extremely high, extremely high. 0.00001% of companies or something like that, right, make it onto the stock market. And when they make it onto the stock market, they're able to start gaining that liquidity from institutional investors at large scale. And now with that to one side, but in your head, listen to these statistics around crypto. So from April the 1st, 2024, in just around 1 month after this, there are 1 million new tokens launched. By mid-2025, the total number of unique cryptocurrencies had surpassed 37 million. So thinking about those numbers, okay, 37 million tokens, right? Even a statistic that I know is in January this year, 1.8 million tokens. There's such a sheer high number of tokens that are launching in crypto, and very, very, very few make it into the top 100. Now, I personally don't think that the bar whatsoever to make it as a top 100 crypto project is actually that high. And I'm just looking here now, but a market cap of around $700 million would make you a top 100 crypto project. To become a top 500 crypto project, a market cap upwards of 50 million to 100 million would put you into that category. This bar is nowhere near as high as having to become a multi-billion-dollar company to go and conduct an IPO on the stock exchange. But when you think about it, how many projects that have launched in the last year of these millions and millions of tokens have actually made it into the top 100 or have actually made it into the top 500? We're talking a handful of tokens. So again, 0.00001% of tokens, similar to the stock market, are actually making it as a cryptocurrency that is leading the race. Simple as that. Now, the other thing that's very interesting here is that on the crypto side, the very top assets are filing ETFs. This is going to enable them to get access to institutional funds, very much like the stock market enables companies to do. So the goal for crypto projects is to become big enough so that they can attract institutional funding through an investment vehicle like an ETF. And this right here, this is why I've made this video. This is why I'm saying that crypto is becoming like the stock market, because in the general company world, there are hundreds of thousands of companies that launch every single year, and such a small fraction make it ever onto the stock exchange. Same in crypto, millions of tokens are launched and projects every single year, and such a small fraction make it into the top 100, the top 500, whatever it might be. And as crypto progresses, we're going to continue seeing ETFs filed for top 100 coins. And that's going to keep expanding. Right now, a lot of the top 10, top 20, top 30 have been filing ETFs. And that's going to expand and expand and expand, in my opinion. So this is going to mean that if you do make it into the top 100, 200, 300, the likelihood is that you can end up creating an asset that can access institutional funding and liquidity. So the whole point here, right, is that you have these two completely different things, the stock market and the crypto market. And slowly the comparison is that hundreds of thousands of companies launch, millions of tokens are launched, and very few make it to being one of the top in whatever the market is. And the second thing here is the prediction around the future from what we're already seeing in terms of liquidity coming in from institutions into the top end of the crypto market. Now, as someone who's been hacking growth in crypto for a few years now and runs best-in-class growth company Magnet, also known as Web3's growth engine, it's very important for me to understand this. And the reason for this is because, in my opinion, it's much easier to become a top 100 or 500 crypto and cement yourself in a really nice position to take advantage of where this industry could go in the next few years with institutions coming in, compared to trying to launch a startup and taking it from A to stock market, which is incredibly hard and there's a lot of red tape around it. So I'm talking to projects, I'm like, okay, yes, you could just go and launch your token and try and make some money and move on, or there's another play here. And the other play is to position yourself as a top crypto and potentially have a similar effect being in that position as stocks receive. And that to me is such a huge opportunity. And in terms of getting there, let's look at Hyperliquid. They launched their token around 9 months ago now, and they're 11th or 12th biggest crypto, and they've already had big corporate entities saying they have strategies in place to acquire Hyperliquid over a period of time. Because what Hyperliquid did is they chose the route of sustainable growth. They took the harder journey that not many people in crypto want to take. But now they're in a position where they can reap a huge amount of reward, 1,000 times the reward that your everyday crypto launcher receives. So when we are looking at projects, we're looking at, okay, how do we get them to be one of those top projects, to position them so well for where this industry is potentially moving. So if you're watching this video as someone who actively is involved in the crypto market, but you're not building any project, start to look for tokens and projects, again, this is just my opinion, that have that potential. And if you do actually learn the game of growth in crypto and you can examine that potential on a much deeper level, then the bets that you place are gonna have a better chance of succeeding because you're more informed. The second thing here is if you are a builder, change that vision. Like I said, becoming a top 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 projects in crypto is actually realistic. And right now is such an insane opportunity before the industry evolves and changes and it becomes even harder to do. And Hyperliquid are the prime example of someone that have done this. And we know Hyperliquid strategy and how they got to where they did. We know the strategy of sustainable growth in crypto. It's literally what we've done every single day for the last few years. So if you are a builder, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a link in the description of this video and it's gonna enable you to book a free strategy session with our team. And if you just reference this video and then you tell them about your project, they're able to give you some really, really good information around how you can put your project on this type of trajectory, this forward thinking, let me take over the world kind of shit, in comparison to, let me just launch, hope it does well, make a bit of money, move on. Let's build something real. So click that if you are a builder. And like I said, if you're not, go through my channel. I do loads of videos analyzing projects growth and growth in general, things that you should look out for, become more informed, and hopefully that will enable you to better your position as well. See you in the next video.